Yes, you read the title right. I stopped lifting 6 days per week. And there are so many reasons. So the main talking points that we are going to cover is the gym rat epidemic. It's a huge problem. The aesthetics and attractiveness. Does it mean you're going to have less muscle? The third one, the solution and why I reduced weightlifting in general. And at the end, I'm going to give you some actionable steps. Before we start, make sure to take notes and watch it all the way to the end. And remember to apply everything I say, because again, if you're not gonna apply what I say, then don't even watch this video. But now that you're here, you may have some questions. You're like, okay, you've trained all this long for weightlifting, so you're telling me it's pointless? No, it's not. But everything has its purpose, and you have to be able to combine different things together to actually go to the next level. I understand weightlifting is fun in the beginning, but when you get to a certain level, it's time to add new things or remove certain things to get to that next level. And today, I'm going to tell you why I reduced my weightlifting days. And number one, let's go over the main problem, the gym rat epidemic, right? So, I've been one of these guys too. I was only going to the gym and doing nothing. So, only lifting weights. If this is you, you need to reconsider and actually watch this whole video. If you're only lifting weights, that's not the best thing. Especially if you've already gone through your newbie gains, right? If you're not doing cardio and you have poor endurance, again, red flag. And you have to understand, weightlifting is fun, but you have to do more, man. Especially if you want to be like a proper athlete. If you want to look like an athlete and feel like an athlete, you gotta do more. Weights is just not gonna cut it. You're gonna be rigid. And as I said again, you're gonna have minimal to no like athleticism, right? This is the guys that mainly go to the gym. And I suffered one of these problems too, right? They just look big. They don't really have any athleticism. They don't have endurance. They don't have agility, flexibility. It's just, they're like a robot. And they have no range of motion, and also they're rigid and stiff, as I said before. This is one of the main concerns that a lot of gym rats face. And it might be a little bit hard to your ego because you're like, yeah, I'm big. I got mad muscles, but bro, it's more than that, okay? And I've been there, right? Like in this picture, I don't even look lean, but I was pretty big. Like I'm like 6'1", and in this picture I was probably like 210 pounds. And I'm right now, I weigh more than this, but I definitely look way leaner. I put on more muscle and I definitely drop body fat, right? So we want to avoid this, right? I understand gain muscle, but it's more than this. Life is more than this. Fitness is more than this, right? This is the beginner step that a lot of guys get stuck. They just get this like hyper obsessed with muscle and muscle and muscle, and they just lose like attention and focus to other aspects of their body and other aspects of their health and fitness. So don't be this guy. Don't be this guy down here, because yeah. And also like this is like a year of me like coming back from training like in after the C19 and stuff, and I was getting my gains back, but still, man, like I just didn't feel good too. Like I could have done so much better if I did the protocol that I'm gonna tell you later on, right? So don't be this guy. Don't be these guys that just can only do weightlifting, right? Now you're like, okay, what about my looks? Am I gonna look worse? Because if I don't do that much weightlifting, I'm not gonna really look good, right? Like that's a lot of questions that like guys especially have, because they're like, oh, I'm gonna lose all of my muscle. But let's tap into it. So most of the guys go to the gym to get big for girls. Don't cope. Like I know a lot of guys are, oh no, I'm actually doing it for fitness or blah 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 blah. No, bullshit. You're doing it for the chicas, if you know what I mean. So after years of training, you will have a lot of muscle mass. It's just inevitable, unless you've been just sitting at home and like barely training maybe once a week or twice a week. If you train consistently, you're gonna have a lot of muscle mass, right? So I'm not saying it's gonna be like perfect 10 out of 10, but you're gonna still have a good amount of muscle mass. Now, only doing weights will make you look good, right? For sure, it's gonna make you look good, absolutely. But now, due to aesthetics and attractiveness, most women like a muscular, athletic, lean physique. Example, UFC fighters, they're not super huge, but they're muscular, plus they're lean. So if you notice with the UFC fighters, so I have like Sterling right here, Aljamain Sterling, he's not that big, bro. He's like 140, 135, right? Like this is like the victim weight category. But this guy can't beat anyone's ass, number one. Number two, he's lean, so he looks even bigger. And also he's athletic, okay? He's not the bulky, right? He's super athletic, he's super lean, and he has a good amount of muscle mass, okay? Now, next up we got Connor. Now Connor over here looks slightly bulky, but he still has a good amount of muscle mass and he's still decently lean. So You can be either go to the super lean route with like Aljamain Sterling, or you can go a little bit bulkier route with Connor, but both of them are still lean, both of them are athletic, and both of them are still muscular, right? So it just depends which type of preference you like. Like, I'm assuming this is like 180, 175 or something with Connor, and Aljamain is probably like 135, 140. And this is what you can do if you actually apply the things that I'm going to tell you, because these guys are not only doing weights. If they were doing weights, they wouldn't be there, right? I'm not saying you go be a professional athlete and a fighter, but you can definitely take inspiration from their training styles and actually look like them. Maybe a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit leaner, or maybe slightly smaller or less body fat. Just in general, you can be very close to them if you actually apply their training methods, right? So these guys are looking good. I'm assuming they're feeling good, and they're absolutely muscular and they're beasts, right? So if you add new ways of training and workout routines, you can easily upgrade your looks and fitness. And also, women love that. Women don't want like super lean guys that don't really have a lot of muscle mass, and they don't really like super insanely bulking people, like bulked up guys. They want guys that are super lean, super athletic, and they got a good amount of muscle mass, and they look like badasses. You know what I mean? And that's what I learned from the people I heard, the people I talked to, the girls that I experienced. Like, a lot of them, majority of them prefer this type of body mass, like this type of body style too, right? So you're like, okay, the solution. Okay, what's the solution? How can I do this? Okay, I'll tell you the solution. Boom. This is why I reduced my body weightlifting, right? So number one, my goal is to be aesthetic and muscular and also look like a fighter. You know what I mean? Because in my opinion, they got the best physiques. Pause, right? So that's why I reduced my weightlifting from 6 to 3 days per week. So currently, I'm only doing 3 days per week. And you're like, what's going on with you, Arin? Okay, I'm already doing enough volume to maintain my current muscles or even gain. So if I do 3 days a week, I can still technically gain muscle if I do it the right amount of volume and also the intensity. So if I keep these two things in mind, I can definitely maintain muscle and even gain. And that's what you can do. Like, a lot of us, we just get stuck, or like, I have to go train 6 days a week. But no, if you are like actually on point with your training, you can definitely still maintain like a good amount of muscle mass, right? So already I've been training for so many years, and generally more muscle mass, it's not gonna really help me, I'll be honest. But dropping body fat and also being athletic is gonna massively improve my life, right? So this is what I want you to understand. Like, an extra pound of muscle is not gonna help you that much, but if you drop like an extra 10 or 15% body fat, or even like 5% body fat, it's going to massively elevate your looks, your like athleticism, your health. A lot of things are going to change, right? Because of that 5% or 10% body fat percentage. Now, after I drop my 3 days per week, I'm doing 3 days of boxing right now, right? So it has allowed me to change my body, challenge my body, and also improve my fitness levels. My athleticism has improved a lot. So this is thanks to boxing. I'm doing 3 times a week, and like in that class, we do a bunch of like boxing and also like bunch of core works, like mobility work. Like it has actually helped me to be a better fit person. You know what I mean? So I'm not really rigid and stiff that much, right? My agility, I guess you can say, has improved a lot. Even though it hasn't been that long, but I guarantee you the next couple of months, it's going to be even way better, right? Now, I also do like a 3 to 4 mile run every week, like at least once a week, because again, like usually I do it on Sundays with the people from the boxing, and today I did it. I did like 3 miles or something. And again, that one helps you. That makes you like a really good athlete. And all these things combined, it's gonna make you like a beast, man. You're gonna look lean, athletic, and also muscular, man. Like, who doesn't want that? Trust me. These type of things are gonna actually elevate your health and fitness to the next level. And trust me, women like this too. And since I've been doing like, boxing and all these things, listen, I've been going on more dates, so let's just keep it at that. But it definitely helps you, man. It definitely helps you. And I want to look like a fighter, maybe even slightly more muscular. That's my dream physique, right? So I need to be more athletic and also be able to, like, I want to be able to fight and also be mobile, right? That's the type of goals that I want to have. And again, not everybody has the same goal, but you can definitely take inspiration from these UFC fighters and how they train, and you can look like them. Simple as that. So in my opinion, that's the best physique for a lot of guys, because generally, if you're not going to really compete for any bodybuilding competition, all those type of things, having crazy amounts of muscle mass is not that useful. You know what I mean? Plus, it's going to cause you a lot of health problems, a lot of joint problems. Like, it's not that useful. Now, like, some meatheads can be like, oh, bro, who cares about fighting? Who cares about martial arts? Who cares about athletic? I'm all about muscles. Then go ahead, do whatever you want, right? But for the majority of the guys that want to look good, feel good, and perform good, this is the type of physique that they should be getting. And I'm not here to pick a goal for it, but I'm saying what's the most optimal, right? Now, let's go over the next step. I'm gonna say what are you supposed to do, right? Now, I would suggest going definitely trying with boxing and MMA, like, or any martial art in general. Is gonna help you to get that warrior physique, right? And that sort of a physique, honestly, is the most attractive form from what I heard, as I said in the past. And a lot of women actually prefer that, you know what I mean? Because they don't want just like a crazy meathead or like super skinny lean guy that has like a six pack, but it's just like small, right? They don't want that too as well, right? So for majority of the guys, having like a UFC fighter like this is the most optimal physique to have, right? Now, we're gonna go down again. As I said, start doing martial arts, run, do mobility and flexibility work, and again, you will understand what I mean. So if you apply this stuff and then you get the results, you're gonna understand what I actually mean, because you're gonna feel the difference within you, and you're gonna be like, damn, I missed out on all of these things. So reconsider when I'll say all the things, right? The benefits are gonna be absolutely worth it, right? You will be healthy, fit, athletic, and you will feel and look even better. So apply everything I say. Now, you're gonna be like, okay, what am I supposed to apply? Boom, actionable steps. I made it easy, right? 3 easy steps. Number 1, reduce weightlifting days, focus on athleticism. Okay, so drop your weightlifting days. If you're doing 5, maybe do 3. If you're doing 6, maybe do 4, 3. Again, it's up to you. Start doing boxing or MMA. Become a warrior, right? Like, we don't want to be like a soy boy, right? We can have muscle, but definitely have like incorporating training like this is gonna give you that UFC physique, you know, that UFC fighter physique, you know. So that's in my opinion, that's the most optimal and best physique for most of the guys. So I would say aim for that, man. Aim for that, and your life is gonna really, really change. And this past 2 months that I've been actually doing boxing and actually taking my athleticism and cardio seriously, bro, it's been massively helping in all aspects of my life. So again, apply as I say. Now, the last part, again, more cardio, more mobility and flexibility work, do running, hiking, stretches, etc. All these things combined, it's gonna give you that warrior UFC fighter type look, right? So apply, okay, and you're gonna see the results. This video wasn't that long, but I was just able to give you, like, paint a picture for you to understand like why I actually reduced my weightlifting days, and I'm actually doing more nowadays, and I want to be more well-rounded and be more athletic, right? So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like and drop a sub. I'm going to post more content like this because I'm trying to help you guys with more sauce, because again, I'm putting myself through like different situations and different scenarios of training, fitness, and nutrition. So I want to share my experiences and document it with you guys. So listen, if you enjoy it, join my community in Discord, and listen, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.